Bulabinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, racial profiling is against our constitutional rights, says Human Rights Commission. Pay rise for TFL staff members. And teachers urged to promote trade studies.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
Numerous complaints have been received by the Fiji Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission on landlords using racial profiling to advertise their properties for rent purposes. Commission Director Ashwin Raj says this is a complete breach of our constitutional rights and needs to be addressed immediately. Senyani Boiler reports.
It's this kind of advertisement that avoids the public from exercising their rights to freedom.
Property owners who are looking for potential tenants, are selective in terms of, people that they would like to have as tenants, and they're preferential in terms of one's ethnicity, race or sexual orientation. And these things are highly prejudicial.
Real Estate Licensing Board Acting Chief Executive Virisila Tuimanu says they are not aware of this issue. Tuimanu says the board has not received any complaints in this regard as yet, but they condemn any selection of tenants based on ethnic backgrounds.
The landlord wishes to impose certain conditions in their tenancy agreements. For example, some landlords would not allow drinking on their premises. This can be actually agreed between the parties in their tenancy agreements. But like I said, the board condemns any selection of tenants based on racial grounds.
As more people are investing into properties and putting them up for rent, the landlords are being urged to refrain from selecting tenants based on racial backgrounds. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
The employees of Telecom Fiji Limited will receive a pay rise for next week. The announcement was made during TFL's awards night for Building Team 2020 by Attorney General Ayaz Sayed Qayyum. Sainiani Mboila reports.
The pay rise, which will be in excess of $1 million, was decided following a job evaluation exercise undertaken by Telecom Fiji Limited's board.
I think this is the beginning, and I think this is what we want, and this is what we as government are promoting. That any organization, you must actually ensure that the staff actually being paid the right salary, get the base right. Once you get the base right, then after that, your salary increases are based on people depending on the level of performance.
TFL, which is one of the largest facilities-based providers of fixed-line communication and networking services, is in the midst of transformation. Group Chief Executive Motilal De Silva says over the last 2 years, TFL transitioned itself from its position as an incumbent operator to a player in a very competitive environment.
I can proudly say that we are progressing towards achieving the goals outlined in our 3-year business plan. We achieved another profitable business year in 2016-17, recording a net profit before tax growth of nearly 40%.
De Silva says the company is focusing on innovation and customer service excellence.
During this transition, we have had to speed up in our time to market, become customer-centric while introducing various technologies that enable us to leapfrog our legacy infrastructure.
He urged TFL staff to build up their confidence and explore new ideas for the better growth of the company. The award for Best Cost Minimization team went to the Information team, while the Retail and Roadshow Western Division team scooped the Revenue Maximization Award. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
The Fiji Commerce and Employees Federation believes career teachers in schools should encourage students to consider getting into the trade sector. Chief Executive Nesbitt Hazelman says the initiatives by the government in the education sector is providing opportunities for the youths to enhance their trade skills. Hazelman says this will lead to further decreases in the unemployment rate as there is a lot of demand for jobs in this sector.
Talk strongly to students about the ability. You don't have to go to university. Go to TAFE, go to the technical college, get a trade. That's a viable occupation in our country. We still see an influx of foreign workers in the trade areas. As tilers, those in the building sectors, even bus drivers are coming through.
Industry and Trade Minister Fayaz Koya says the meeting with Papua New Guinea's newly elected Trade Minister Rimbing Pato was a success. Pato, who was in the country to attend the Pacific Islands Forum meeting, paid a courtesy call to the minister. The two ministers discussed the Melanesian Spearhead Group Agreement, amongst other trade-related matters between the two countries. A driver is in custody at the Nosori police station for allegedly bribing a police officer. The 26-year-old suspect was stopped by a highway team conducting radar operations along the Kings Road near Koronivia yesterday morning. While in the process of executing the arrest, the suspect allegedly bribed the officer with $10 to let him go. It is also alleged that the suspect's passenger, a 23-year-old, tried to obstruct the two officers during the arrest and tore the second officer's uniform. Both suspects were allegedly intoxicated. Well, still to come, ride operators look forward to a busy week. And in tonight's Successful Fijian segment, we speak to a 45-year-old artisan.
Moala rarada ranavika, o tikongona taunu singatoka, ando talifaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuni kurna bili. Ibora ni batu karaham para binaranga. Do talitakinan na waronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
More than 500 people living in the Namata and Matandawa village in Tailevu are now benefiting from the new access road constructed by the Fiji Roads Authority. Acting Chief Executive Robert Sen says the new road will improve the quality of life by providing a number of social and economic benefits to the people living in the two villages. The access to Matandawa village is in Tailevu province, approximately 1 kilometer along Namata Road from the end of Raralevu Road. The project was completed within 3 months. Now, amusement rides have become a compulsory part of many festivals. It is something that not only children but many adults look forward to as well. Kelly Vadala spoke to some ride owners at the Vodafone Hibiscus Festival today, who say events such as these give them the opportunity to earn income for themselves.
These amusement ride owners look forward to festivals like this, not only to entertain people but to make some cash.
Sometimes we run short of boys, so we have to look for the boys. Some days staying home full time, so we ask them if they can come help us 1 week. We do this during only festival time, because festival will just 6 months, 7 months, but the rest of the months we just do our own.
You will find rides such as the Octopus, Sizzler and Ferris wheel, to name a few, at this year's Hibiscus Festival, underway in Lodala Bay, Suva. For many, this has become a lucrative business, and they travel around the country to become part of all the festivals.
Yesterday we start 1,200 we make. I got 12 rides, but sometimes we take 5, 6 rides. I have to employ 30 to 40 people. And we put in the labors here, which we pay say $400-500 one person.
This ride is awesome, it's very good. And it's an octopus. Just for the people to come and enjoy, you know. Don't say like the weather today, it's pretty fine.
The Hibiscus is on to its second day and everything looks like it's slowly setting in. The rides, food stalls, entertainment and even the expected Hibiscus weather. Kelly Vatala, FBC News.
Turning overseas, and world leaders are calling for calm after US President Donald Trump warned that a response to North Korea was, quote, locked and loaded. But despite the alarming rise in rhetoric, US officials reportedly insist that no military action is imminent. Many women, especially housewives, have enormous talents, and they shouldn't hide it. In our Successful Fijian segment tonight, we bring you the story of Vasemada Balaidolo, who is one of those women who slowly transformed herself from being a simple housewife into a businesswoman.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Vasimada Tandu is among the 45 women artisans who received Fijian crafted licenses yesterday. Her interest always lay in tailoring.
I was a primary school student in Raimba Fijian School from class 1 to 8 and go further to Suva Sangam High School. From there I learned home economics. Started from that time till now, I'm still doing sewing.
Vasimada first began sewing for herself and her families for special functions.
1997 I started to do some small sewing just for patchworks in the shorts and some old clothes. I started to do the sewing and cutting. So from that time I extend my creations of doing patchworks in this like the quilt, patch quilt and the tablecloth and the table mats and all. Just for home or just a function I have to attend. So I just want to sew my own dress instead of taking to the tailoring.
She later joined a women's group in Nasinu to enhance her sewing skills and earn some income.
They have a group in Nasole. They can do some for helping mothers, those who want to do the sewing. So I was joining them so that I can have one machine from them so I can do the payment. I have to do the payment monthly. And by the time I finish do the payment, so I own one machine. But right now I need another machine just to help me in doing sewing.
The 40-year-old mother of 4 says during the Women's Expo this year, she managed to earn more than $1,000 by selling clothes and wallets made out of recycled items. She earns around $90 a day and hopes to expand her business in future.
So I want to open a small business just in case of extending what I know, whatever I can continue to extend the cost of living now in Fiji.
Vasimada shares her knowledge and skills with other club members in her area.
I urge mothers, please do not stay home. Keep coming to the association or to the women's club, women's group, so that you can come and learn something, and from that something you can get something back at home.
She is an inspiration to many women in Kalambu Nasinu. Vasimada is encouraging women out there to explore their talents on their own and make a living for themselves. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ahead in sports, Lautoka football crowned the league champions. And on the other side, no celebrations yet for Fair Brother champions. This and more after the break.
I'm another Sorokoro of Nayabu Wenibuga Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM.
The Lautoka football side has been crowned the champions of the Vodafone Premier League. The side beat Suva 2-1 and tops the VPL table with 34 points. Here are the goals.
Siotama infield. Drundru to Siotama. Siotama works his way onto the edge of the box. He places it. And Siotama Kumbu in the 39th minute of play has broken the deadlock here. Leiroti from the edge of the box comes in with a shot still. Suva Shahil Dave turns and drives. And it'll be a penalty. A handball by Ikalinia Sivoki. Benamino as Kelvin takes his run. Places it, and Suva have equalized in the 10th minute of play. Kelvin Naidu's penalty. Samuel Adrundru Back heel to Valerio Nawatu. Nawatu comes in with a cross. The header by Siotama. And Vesakola. Tane Vesakola it is too. In the 39th minute of play.
Meanwhile, in other matches played today, Ba beat Raketi 3-0 and Rewa defeated Nandi 2-0. The Fiji Secondary Schools Football Under-19 defending champions Nukuloa College made a powerful start today. Vashnil Prasad reports some major upsets were also recorded on day one of the championship.
It turned to be a colourful outing as schools football championship kicked off this morning. While the under-19 champions Nukuloa made a winning start, the underdogs of the grade caused major upsets.
Lambasa College has won its match and also Savu coming back after a long time, and they have defeated Gospel High School, so that was an upset there. And also Vasist Muni of Navua beating Natambua, that could be classed as an upset because Vasist Muni had beaten them by 3-1.
The schools are taking part in the under-15, 17 and 19 grades. The association expects the tournament to run exciting as they reach the quarterfinals.
We are going to find tough competition from the other teams, like the teams from the north, and also teams from other schools. They are performing well, and for quarterfinals, the teams are going to find it tough.
With a low turnout of fans today, the officials are urging the parents and old scholars to come out in numbers and support the team.
We would urge the parents and the other scholars to come and support their teams. Today is Sunday, good day, but parental support, yes, we have some, but this can improve.
A total of 89 games will be played in the next 3 days, after which a winner will be crowned in each division on Wednesday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Women's Senior League kicked off with Tailevu Neta Series sending a strong warning to other teams. Tailevu Neta Series 5-0 win of Alami sets the platform for Fiji FA's long-term goals in improving women's football in the country. Vashnil Prasad once again.
The future of women footballers in the country looks bright with the launching of its senior league.
Our prime focus at present is the Pacific Mini Games 2017, which will lead to 2019 Pacific Games. Majority of the players who will participate in this year for the national team will come from this league. So there is a challenge for you.
Fiji FA's plan for the women's just doesn't stop here. The association has asked all the districts to include a women's rep in the committee in the future.
Increasing the number of women's football at all levels, equal access to football for girls and women in the country, raise the profile of women coaches in the country, women to be part of board of control of every district association in Fiji.
Speaking at the launch, Minister of Health Rosie Akbar says women should take pride and be part of the football family.
Some of the key values that we need in order to progress in life, I strongly believe, is commitment. You need to have dedication. You need to have compassion for what you do, right? If you are compassionate, you want to play for your team, you want to be selected at the end of this tournament, it's your calling.
A total of 13 districts will take part in the league this season. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Namosi Rugby Union will meet tomorrow to decide on the celebrations after winning the HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy yesterday. It was an epic final as Namosi thumped Rewa 41-29 in the last challenge match in Navua.
The HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy will rest at its new home until the start of the next season. In the final match, holders Namosi proved too strong for Rewa as they thumped them 41-29.
The message was keep the ball and never don't play wide against Rewa because they've got a very fast backline.
The season hasn't been easy for Namosi and the players are glad for at least achieving something.
We made a lot of sacrifices so we could play 80 minutes, and credit to the boys, the way they dug deep from the start till the end.
The players and officials took time out to thank each and everyone for the support.
We want to thank our supporters, without them we wouldn't be playing rugby.
Rewa coach Ali Ferretti Doviverata says they came with confidence but were outplayed by Namosi in the final match.
We came into this game confident of creating an upset. But as we saw in the game today, with the possession that they had, we nearly defended for 3/4 of the game.
The local rugby season has come to an end with Nandronga winning the Skipper Cup, Namosi claiming the Fairbrother Trophy and Rewa taking home the Bainimarama Shield. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Cricket Fiji's dismal performance continues in the ICC East Asia Pacific Under-19 World Cup qualifiers in Apia, Samoa. The side lost its third match to Papua New Guinea by 120 runs. PNG won the toss and opted to bat, getting 264 runs in 50 overs. In reply, Fiji was all out for 54. Generally cloudy conditions with some showers was experienced over the eastern parts and interior of the country today. Fine weather was experienced elsewhere. In the west, it was mostly fine, but was the hottest on 31 degrees. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, rain and cloudy conditions prevailed. The day was cool at 26 degrees. And up in Vanua-Levu, it was a fine day in Mombasa, while Savu-Savu experienced cloudy conditions and some showers. At sea, a strong wind warning is in force for all of Fiji waters. Southeast winds 20 to 25 knots in rough seas, moderate southerly swells. For the tides, high tide tonight will be at 10:52 with a low tide at 5. Sunrise will be at 6:27. As for tomorrow, cloudy periods with some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. It will be fine apart from afternoon or evening showers elsewhere. Looking at Tuesday, occasional showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Afternoon or evening showers are expected elsewhere as well. Recapping the main stories, racial profiling is against our constitutional rights, says Human Rights Commission. Pay rise for TFL staff members. And Lautoka crowned the new champions of the Vodafone Premier League. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, should students have extra classes during school holiday? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can always send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can always follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti ko minasong buti ko lang ndo talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Ayaw ko ato sila tali, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasawali, nagudurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na ponga ni BNN.